By now, the IGP should have been sacked for hosting Abba Kyari at the son's wedding. Reno Omokri, welcome to the news, and thank you for tuning in to listen. There have been several reactions to the activities of a suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police, DCP Abba Kyari, after he was arrested by the authorities of a National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, over alleged drug dealings. Well, as the day goes by, the issue of Abba Kyari and his, his accomplices, is like as the day goes by, they have something new to say about him. He has already put himself in a spotlight, which is not, sincerely, I don't envy him at all. I don't envy this kind of attention he's getting. Well, let's find out what Reno has to say. The news in detail. Please stay with us. Some weeks ago, the Inspector General of Police, IGP, invited Abba Kyari and others to his son's wedding, despite a previous report indicting Kyari by the Federal Bureau of Investigation in the United States for his alleged involvement in a $1 million scam allegedly perpetrated by Hush Puppy. Reno Omokri aide to former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan claimed that if the Buhari administration wanted to fight corruption, by now the IGP would have been sacked for hosting the then suspended Abba Kyari at his son's wedding 2 weeks ago. Reno made his reservation known while relating to how Obasanjo treated his then IGP Tafa Balogu on an allegation of corrupt practices with that of a current administration. According to him, the then Obasanjo's IGP was handcuffed, which shows that he was fighting corruption and not hosting a known criminal cop at his home for merriment. Do you think the IGP has any blame for inviting his junior colleagues to his party? This question is actually very tricky. The IGP does not have any fault in inviting him since he was suspended for carrying out his official duties and not from attending social functions. Oh, people will come out and say, well, birds of the same feather flock together. That's what people come out to say. For this should happen even after people have screamed out that this particular person, his hands are stained, he's kind of fraudulent, the investigation is still ongoing. You would have given him time, at least, given him a little time. For the fact that you did not give him a little time, you know what people say? People say you are actually a monk. It only shows that Reno is trying to say the previous, administration that was said to not be corruption-free, not to be fighting corruption, what would have happened was the opposite, but in this one that is said to be fighting corruption, it is the exact opposite that happened. Okay. The IGP is fully involved in whatever corrupt deal carried out by Abba Kyari because whatever that happens in the IRT is directly under his office, including millions of naira that are stocked from Nigerians on a daily basis. Nigeria can never go clean from corruption because those that do the corruption are inside the government. They abstract money or take money from every person, including Yahoo boys. Now, if I may ask, is it only the small boys that they give? Not only the small boys where they give huge money be the Yahoo boys. Okay, somebody that will answer this one. I don't know. Fraud is fraud. Fraud inside the office, fraud outside the office. Fraud is actually fraud. Okay. Everybody is almost saying the same thing. The IGP is not different from Abba Kyari. They're all criminals in uniform. Tafa Balogu, the IGP clarified, saying the Nigerian police are better than none, meaning they are just okay than not to be. They are not competent enough. Okay. By now, the IGP should have distanced himself from the suspended officer. That is supposed to happen in a sane society so that they don't stain your name. To avoid all this kind of, these people are still flocking together. But maybe it is not all easy to severe relationship with Abba Kyari, given the threat of the officer when he was first arrested on account of the first case. He did state then that he will not go down alone and threatened to expose his senior colleagues who were involved in the disgraceful act. Nigeria's dignity has been buried over and over. The country has lost its face in the world. She is not honored anywhere. Anything about Nigeria is fake and fraudulent. Our documents are not valid unless certified by a foreign body. Our exports are not quality unless classified by an inspection agency in Ghana. Imagine Ghanaian NIN is like an e-passport to over 50 countries. Our COVID-19 vaccination are not valid in Europe. The heads of government functionaries, especially Northerners, have trivialized the country by indulging criminals, money laundering, election rigging, and all forms of corruption. I do not know what informs a Northerner that this country is their father's heritage or inheritance. The other tribes are not sent here. The coward Yorubas are made sankophas and hangers on who sell the birthrights for a plate of food, while the disunited Igbos are pursuing money and self-worth in place of nation building. My constant headache is because of Nigeria. My rising BP is caused by Nigeria. Unfortunately, no matter how you say it or see it, we are all in this together. Everybody is actually eating both the fruit that you did not plant and the one you planted. Everybody is eating the fruit of, this government or administration's labor. Okay. Suspension only affects his duty as a police officer, not on other social matters, as his freedom in the constitution remains intact. Well, I think what Reno is about to say is, they say bad manners corrupts good. How did they even say it? Bad company corrupts good manners. What he meant is, since this particular man is still under very, very huge allegation, he's still under investigation, why not allow the investigation to be done? Then you can continue with whatever you're watching, whatever you are doing. You should just, you have allowed the investigation to go on, conclude it. Then if you want to now invite him to God knows where to the moon, you feel free to do so. Like I said, it is actually two-faced. Number one, yes, it does not really, it should not be a border. Then secondly, if you really, 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 really wants to, invite him for social outings, you should ensure that the matter have crossed some certain stage with the judiciary. Okay, on this note, we've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of the day.